Greetings, everyone. This is Eddie Tarver. Just wanted to share some things with you guys. For the most part, what I want to start doing is just giving these recordings out so that we can open the floor for dialogue to address some of the issues that's happening in our community. I'm from Gary, Indiana, and I like to address issues relating to Gary. Though we may talk about other things, just kind of wanted to give my opinion and also, of course, allow you to share your opinion and provide information that you think or insight that you may think that could be the opposite of what I'm thinking. But for the most part, what I want to do today was really get into what I consider, or in my opinion, what I believe to be the reason for a lot of the chaos and the different things that are happening with the next generations, the situation with poverty in our community, the situation with our community still looking the same way after so many decades. And people always wonder, how could a city by the lake look like this for so long? And today I want to expose that. Now, well, again, this is my opinion, but I feel that it's necessary to say it. And what I like to call it, what I've dubbed it at this point, is the cycle of confusion. And the cycle of confusion is the reasons why our city looks this way. Here's what it is. Again, my opinion. The cycle of confusion is made up of three different key components. You have the taxpayer, you have the managers of the public trust, which are people who work in that field or elected officials and that sort of thing. And the third thing is the need, or in this case, the needy. So you got those three areas of function, three areas within the cycle of confusion. Okay. Now, the way it works is the managers of the public trust over decades have actually created or socially engineered the need or increased a dependency that now has turned into a dependency for the purpose of generating funds by way of the taxpayer. This is where the confusion comes in. Because now the taxpayer is upset that they have to take care of those individuals who don't seem to be helped or want help or just want to be dependent. But what most people aren't realizing is the managers or the sector that manages the public trust on a higher scale engineer the need. In other words, they create the need, they establish the need, they ensure that there is a need so there could be constant money coming in, free money from the taxpayer. Now, here's why they're successful with this. Now, we're talking about decades. Now, I know it's happened in other parts of the country, but I'm really trying to focus on my own hometown right now. True enough, this example we can say it's happening in many other places. But let's first focus on Gary, Indiana. 40 plus years of the same. I was raised here. I'm from Etna. I've been watching it most of my life. I went away to college, came back, come back and forth, but now I'm here and I can still see it over and over again, the same thing. What they do is simply create a need. Now they don't have to create it. The needs are established. But the way they make their money is, let's just say, for example, you ever have a pain in your tooth, and in that pain, you have a rotten tooth in your mouth, but it starts hurting you. Well, that pain is coming from the fact that there's an infection in your mouth. And then that infection is causing you to need the assistance to relieve you from that. But it comes from the decay. Well, let's just create the same scenario. Let's just say the manager of the public trust, they see that need. But instead of actually addressing the pain in the tooth, or the pain in the situation, which is we're metaphorically speaking here, but the pain, they actually simply cover the tooth and they never address the infection. So what happens is the infection gets worse, and the people who are suffering from that need to relieve themselves never see the problem solved. And when they don't see the problem solved, they're upset at the system because they know they're profiting from their conditions. They know that they're only simply throwing a situation, trying to fix a situation, giving the illusion, I should say, of fixing the situation, and they're not actually doing it. So the taxpayer on the other side of this is upset because they think the people on the needy side are just exploiting and taking advantage. In reality, the exploiters are the individuals who are managing the public trust. So the needy simply get frustrated and go into survival mode and begin to do other things that are maybe unscrupulous or just upset, and then they don't trust the managers of the public trust. So they don't vote because they figure they don't have their best interest involved at heart. So they don't get involved simply because they know they're not really trying to address that pain in the tooth, that real need. So now, here we have a cycle of confusion that says that we don't trust you, I don't trust you. In the meantime, the managers of the public trust simply profit from those conditions. And now here's the sad part about it. Our children are suffering as a result of it. Our school systems are suffering as a result of it. Our generational problems have resulted because of it. Now, we'll talk about how to fix it another time,